this video today, I'm going to be creating a vlog discussing about a dance piece that I believe has social activism involved in it. And I'm going to be talking about Kiona and Mari's piece called We Are, which was performed multiple times, but my personal favorite performance is at an exhibition, which is Vibe XX111. I can't read no Roman numerals. But essentially this was a performance from 2018, and Kiona and Mari created a choreography that was essentially hip-hop influence. I think it was mostly based on hip-hop. There was a bit of modern element to it. The dancers have a list. Aid Willis, Amanda Grind, Amor Ledsama, Bong Buno, Carlo Durang, Dia Sevilla, Fabian Tucker, Hugh Apparente, Keon Madrid, Kevin Nguyen, Mari Madrid, Nick Beleser, Celine Haro, and Sori Yang. Keon and Mari are actually in the piece, as well as directed and choreographed it. And they used music from Bon Iver, 715 Creeks, and Billie Eilish's Burn. Essentially, the piece deals with Keon and Mari's tribute to their grandparents who were immigrants, and it's a really interesting piece to me. I think that while handling a tough topic, it still gets the message across of how immigration is something really brave and like something hard to deal with. At the beginning of the performance, there's like a voiceover that's talking about how many different people are immigrating to the States, and like, oh, these immigrants are coming here by the millions, things like that. And there's, however, like once that cuts off and the music starts, there's almost like a solemnness, and there are projections in the background, and occasionally it'll show up with pictures of people who immigrated or immigrants, and they're older photos, obviously. And there's a lot of choreography that kind of shows this need to depend on people, and this sort of like, not necessarily a need to depend on people, but how rough of an experience this is, and how it's very vulnerable to talk about. And I feel as though this dance really tackles the subject really well, because it shows this sort of solemnness, but also almost represents the kind of pride Keon and Mari have for their grandparents coming here. I myself, being the child of an immigrant, can totally understand like seeing your parents struggle with, or relatives struggle with those things, and being really grateful and admiring what they did. And there's also a lot of representation of like struggle in another performance of the exact same piece, which did not have the flashing images or like the intro, and only showed essentially them in a boat. It was dancing like the waves were crashing. I thought that was really good representation of not just immigrants, but of refugees who deal with things like having to take boats to cross into new lands and new worlds that they're completely unfamiliar with. And so I definitely think that this tackles the issue in a really serene way, and almost a way without making it too sad in a sense, but it really shows their pride and appreciation for their grandparents, as well as how they admire their struggle. I think that not only the choreography, but also the production, the images, the music really ties into that. So yeah.